Alright, I better document this first hole. Let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. Whoa. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. I don't know if I've ever really mentioned this, but I have an eBay store and I sell lots of miscellaneous random pinball crap. It all started with video games, and that's kind of phasing out, and it's all more pinball stuff now. But anyway, I just got a feedback recently from someone who bought an Atari Middle-earth pinball manual, and it's got to be my favorite feedback, and I've got a lot, 17,000 over the years. This is my favorite feedback. Outstanding purchase, no tomfoolery, tricksterism, or shenanigandry. Thank you, sir. And yeah, so who was that from? True no doto. So thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Okay, welcome back to the Mars God of War project. In the last video, I found that my LEDs would not fit in the general illumination holes on the playfield. It's just that these LEDs are too wide and do not fit. Almost in some instances, but I did learn that Comet LEDs have a thinner profile and actually work, but I don't have enough Comet white LEDs to do the playfield. So I have come up with another idea. 1/2-inch drill bit. Oh yeah. That is what I'm gonna do. Hopefully that works. I don't really need to drill all the way down, just enough to make that ridge get down far enough to lock the LED into place. So I got this off Kevin, and just in case, I also have even bigger. I could just order the Comet LEDs, but then I'd have to wait, and I got a drill bit, so that's the plan. Also, I was at Kevin's today, and he fabricated for me some new wire guides that are pretty darn identical to the original. So we're gonna stick those in there, and hopefully the old ones aren't broken off in there. If so, then I will have to drill new holes, maybe right beside or in front. But I'm going to have to figure out if there's legs broken off in there or not. Otherwise, this won't work. And they very well may be. That would make the most sense. So I'm going to install these. That's the plan. And then I got my clear posts back from Kevin as well. So the goal I have in mind is to go clear posts up here and transparent red, like so. I think that'll look pretty cool. The only problem is I cannot find the right size either in my stash or online. I didn't see them at Marco. Action Pinball has them, but they don't ship to Canada. I found another place in Netherlands, but the shipping's like 45 euros for 5 lane guides, so not doing that. So if I don't find anything soon, then I may just go with the original lane guides. And if I do that, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. You can't really see the posts underneath, but yeah, transparent would just look so much cooler. Maybe there's another color that's more readily available, but what color would you go with? Green, yellow? Yellow might be cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna explore that. I have placed an order for a Titan Mars God of War, not Titan, Drapple actually, translucent rubber kit for this game, as well as like 30 or 25 red LEDs for the back box. So I am in a bit of a holding pattern. Lane guides and rubbers and LEDs, but I can still progress. If things go according to plan, I can LED the entire machine with some luck of the drill bit. So that's the goal. I got a little bit of time, maybe an hour before I gotta head off to soccer, so I am going to hit the ground running. All right, I better document this first hole. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Whoa. Okay. You know what? I think that might work, but holy crap, is that bit ever sharp. That just plowed through there in a millisecond. Okay, so what one needs to do is then position the socket directly in the middle of the hole, like so. And then vacuum it out. Where is my end of my hose? Now for the big test. I don't see why it wouldn't work. That's pretty sweet. And boom. What? Why'd that go out? Oh, okay, so I think it's just general illumination effect. I heard the relay click. Is it supposed to just go on and off? Yeah, okay. So this is like controlled general illumination? I mean, I guess they would all go on and off at the same time. Let's, I didn't hear the relay click that second time. I just don't know if it's like a flaky socket or what's going on. Okay. I think I am good to go. So you know what? I think it would be fun to watch me drill out all these holes in time lapse, don't you? Alright, why not do some more time lapse? I just went around with my compressed air and sprayed out every one of these sockets. So I made another mess, did a little more vacuuming. I almost forgot this center hole, but I've got that done now. Actually, before I LED this thing, I gotta go and like align all of these sockets, and then I'll be right back. All right, I think I got them all straightened out. Let's do some time-lapse LED action. Okay, that's not really going all that well. I need access to underneath the playfield. I need to maybe clean some sockets a little better, maybe push up the sockets from underneath. So this is going to require a little bit more than just popping in bulbs. So I'll be back when all is said and done. All right, I got all the LED bulbs installed and playfield vacuumed up again. But before I show you, I must do the pop bumpers, but I wanted to show you my strategy for cleaning pop bumper sockets. That bit right there. Yeah, look at that. And then go around the edges too. You can see that The Dremel is doing a good job. Lots of little flakes of metal in the bottom. So I'll do the rest of those, vacuum that up, and be back. All right, let's turn off this flash. Turned off that light. Let's turn off this light and see if all of my bulbs work. Oh, I already see one that's out. Middle lane guide. But I like it a lot. These two bulbs were tricking me because I'd put them in and they'd work and then they wouldn't. I realized afterwards that they're controlled. Same with the pop bumpers. Hey, are my all pop bumpers working? Yes, they are. So I just got one little finicky guy. Maybe I will clean that socket yet again, and then I'll inspect it from underneath. But yeah, so don't need to order Comet LEDs. I can proceed with LEDing the rest of the machine now. All right, I got the back box LED'd. This might be the case of less is more. I think if I populate every single socket with LEDs, it may glow like the friggin' sun, and that might just be obnoxious. So I'm gonna start with about 50% population and see how that looks. And I alternated red and white, and I had just enough red. That's my red pile. So it looks pretty good, but I have to go. But I won't leave you too stranded. The next thing I want to do is clean this glass front and back, and then go get the back glass and clean that, install that, and then we can see what it looks like, you know, properly. But before I head out, I will show you the effect. We'll show you from behind. Let's see, turn off this. Yeah, I like it. And one of these bulbs is being stubborn. Okay, you're coming out. Someone else is taking your place. Is that his place, or was this his place? Doesn't really matter. I'll adjust as necessary. But yeah, so I'll come back tomorrow and bust out the back glass. It's exciting. All right, I'm back. Welcome to my closet. Come on in, snoop around. Look what I got back here, though. I see Mars, God of War. Time to bust this guy out. Ooh, looks pretty good condition. It's been a while since I looked at it. 3 of the green windows are a little crackly, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna need another hand to bust this guy out and get a closer look. All right, Mars is in the basement, and he's looking pretty good. I think I can probably live with that crackling. If not, I might actually have some green film. Let's have a look at the back side. Oh, it is like printed right on there. Okay. So I could, in theory, scrape it all off, and or just rub it off on my fingers. Okay, better be careful. But this back glass is friggin' mint for a Mars God of War. A little bit of scrapage from the displays, but all in all, that is pretty friggin' sweet. So I'm going to install this. Actually, I'm going to clean it. I'll be super careful about cleaning the backside, because that stuff's just flaking off. Kind of tempted to see if I've got any green film. Let's go for a walk. I have a feeling maybe around here. This is a pile of stuff I have yet to stick on my basement. It's my decor pile. I only have so much space, so here, look. No, that's not it. blue. Do I not have green? That's from Mr. Chris McKinley. What else do we got? All kinds of fun stuff. Tommy flyers. I believe this came with my creature from the Black Lagoon. Potentially. What's this? Is this like filter paper? Ooh, it does look like, oh no, that's, I think, silver paper, sticky paper. Oh, Ghostbusters. Hey, when I used to route pinball machines at billiards hall, I think this is my first tournament, potentially, that I ran. Strokers, it was called Strokers Billiards. So it was Strokers and Flippers Pinball Tournament 2015. Eventually they renovated and wanted the machines out, so Banzai Run. That's cool. Okay, I do not have green film. I thought I might, but guess it's not true. So I'll clean it up for now and install it and see what it looks like. All right, I wiped down the ledge there, cleaned both sides of the front glass. It's hard to show glass, but it's looking pretty good. I just use Windex, but really should start using that glass cleaner spray that doesn't streak. I should give that a try, but that's looking better. Might do a little bit of black touch-ups along this ledge here. Might have already been touched up. Pretty like glossy looking paint. So I'm sure I have some gloss black. Could use a little bit of touch-up. And working on this glass over here. Can you see the difference already? I've done the left side. I have not done the right side yet, but it is going to come out very nice. And I haven't touched the back yet, but yeah, you can really see the before and after, eh? Okay, I just had to perform head surgery. Trying to put on the back glass in a vertical position is not working, and I kind of almost had a slip, and I'm like, yeah, this is not going well. I better figure out a better solution. And I learned by kind of studying the hinges and everything that it wasn't a big deal to remove the whole hinging door. All I had to do is disconnect this connector. This screw for the wire clip, where'd my wire clip go? It must be on the other side, was missing. And I put this screw in a while back. Now I understand why it was missing. Someone has removed the head in the past, because basically all the friggin' hinge hardware is loose. Oh, look at that. I removed these two nuts and I didn't even have to. So I will definitely make this all nice and tight and firm that up. But I think the original mounting brackets, or whatever it is that's used to secure the back glass to the head, I think those are missing. And I just have some like cheesy little mirror clips that not really a good solution here. The Robertson screws. So I gotta figure out something. I thought this was just gonna be like, hey, install the back glass and turn it on, see what it looks like. But no, it turned into head surgery, so I gotta work on this for a bit. All right, I have tightened up all of the hinge hardware. That's solid as a rock now. This one as well. Just had to get my little wrench in there, and it's good to go. And I tightened up these guys for this, and also these guys for this, and put in a bit of a longer screw so that actually catches because it was a little bit stripped. So all hinge hardware is now tight and secure. So now I just got to figure out how to get this back glass secured to the head. And not with these dumb little things, I don't trust them. And I have to align the windows to the other windows. That is clutch, so I'm working on that. All right, so this is what Kurt from St. Thomas uses to secure his Mars God of War glass. He said he 3D printed those himself, and like so. So that is something more along the lines of what I need, not those stupid little mirror clips. Maybe some better mirror clips, but certainly not the ones that are on there. Those are dumb. Okay, with the head off, you can really get good access to the back box and whatever you need. So I'm in the process of tightening this stuff up, making sure it's all good. But then I noticed someone has been tinkering in here before for whatever reason. That is a little cockeyed and missing a screw, so I'm going to find a screw for that and get that all tidied up again. But yeah, it's a lot of strain from these wire looms. I don't really love it tugging on these connectors. Am I missing some like clips or something back here? Anyway, I'm kind of off on a tangent as usual, so go see if I can find a screw. Sweet, I found an exact match. All right, that's much better. Okay, is there anything else loose I need to tighten up? All right, I think I tightened almost every nut and bolt and screw in the head, that hardware-wise, and things are looking pretty square and aligned, so that should be good. Should be a nice solid foundation for the door, because it's going to be a lot heavier once the back glass is secured to it. So everything should be much more stable once I figure out how to mount my back glass. Okay, I think I'm going to LED the inserts now and call that an episode. I reseated the connectors to the driver board, so let's see if my drop targets are back up and running. Guess I need credits. I'm only allowed one credit. Okay. Things aren't working as planned. Okay, I've got some potential electronic issues, maybe from tugging on those wires a lot. So I don't know, the game booted up, but that's the high score to date, really? I don't know, there's some weirdness going on here. So maybe I'll just stick to the easy LEDs and deal with that later. All right, I think I have the whole playfield LED'd now. Used up all my pinks, all my reds, and a heck of a lot of warm whites. So it is time to find out what it looks like. So let's lower this bad boy and see. Actually, let's just turn it on now. Then I can see if there's any issues I need to address. Okay, there's going to be a couple of sockets I'm going to have to work on. But this guy here should be working too. What's your problem? Okay, another flaky socket. Oh, this guy too. Okay, flaky socket. I have more sockets. This green as well. And I don't think I have any of the like single arm or tab sockets, but that are new, but I have a poop load of them. on my spring brake parts playfield, so I could borrow from there if needed. This one may not go off in attract mode, because that might be extra ball. Ooh. Looks like the CPU has locked up. That might have been what happened when I was able to enter credits for the first 30 seconds and then I was not. The light show has stopped, so yeah, I think we've got a CPU issue, which is a little sad because that is a freshly refurbished from Brent Butler, but it may be connector related, so I'll be right back. All right, let's see if I can enjoy the tracked mode before CPU locks up here. Oh, I think one of these guys isn't working. Should really just go into lamp test. That would look much better, but I don't think the CPU is going to let me. Yeah, it's doing some weird stuff. 7 went to 13, 1. That is not behaving properly. Okay, well, I got it looking pretty, just don't work. So that's the end of this episode. Hey, maybe on the next episode I can make some actual forward progress. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens. More shenanigans, of course.